Are you filing your nails? Are you filing your nails?
It's the motherfucking DRE. Dr. Dre, motherfucker.
Hey, what is going on, YouTube?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. What is up, Tucci and Cara?
What's up, y'all?
It's Creator Power Hour.
Yeah,
Crowdfunding comics.
What's all
How you
those
doing, Tucci?
mofos watching us? What's up, Baz? What's
Yes, we got
happening, everybody?
Baz, Tarks 9. Chris is Comics is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Man, we got some fun stuff tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Some fun stuff. We got 3 campaigns. We got another a great cause out there. Some comic creators making some great books for some great causes. We're gonna get into that. But
Yes,
Tucci,
sir.
man, I gotta talk to you, brother. I gotta talk to you. I think San Diego kicked your ass, man. I feel
Dude,
you're
yeah,
still recouping.
Yeah. Well, I didn't stop. I hit the ground running when we came home last Wednesday morning. I guess we walked in the door probably 1 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and I had to get, all those, we started getting all those, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive books packed and getting them, start shipping them out. And then I had to do, I don't even know what the hell I had to do. Oh, the Rocketeer books, that we're doing for Comics for Ukraine, doing the Senryaku book, had to finish two covers that I can't talk about just yet. That's a very special thing that I had to finish for our pal JC Vaughn. We'll leave it at that. But it's really big. It's like one of the biggest covers of the year. So, and then my son's birthday. It was his 21st birthday, William. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. And
birthday.
That was crazy. And, a lot of alcohol in San Diego, a lot of cigars, stayed up late. And then it carried over to the weekend. So I hit the wall today, but I'm still going.
You're going.
I gotta get the Senryaku book to the printer. So.
Yes. So how was it getting trashed with your son, huh? For 21, the big 21.
My little son he didn't get trashed. I didn't get trashed. Our youngest did.
Jaeger bombs.
He got smashed. So it was pretty funny, actually. He
Those
started
are
throwing up all
gross,
over
man.
the
That
place.
sticks. Like Jaeger just sticks to you,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know where he got it from. Apparently, it was in our freezer, and my wife's like, "Yeah, I think my father gave us that like 25 years ago." He was like, "Get this shit out of my house, take it." I'm like, "All right, I'll take it." And it's been sitting in the freezer upstairs.
So
You just
it's
tell it
extra
wasn't
big.
that color when you put it in there.
It's black. It's still black. He drank it, but then he threw it
No,
up.
that's what
all
I'm
over the
saying.
place.
Like it turned black. Well, no, he's probably
No, I think it was still black. It's nasty.
Yeah.
That stuff's nasty, man.
I love Jaeger bombs, man.
Yes, it is.
Those are
It is
great.
nasty.
Jaeger bombs are good. And Cara, before we get into our guests, what have you been up to, my dear?
Okay, so I have my usual stuff over here. I've got like my Cara's Weird World of whatever. I got my alligator head with my boob and my rotary phone and all that. I have something new and I can't keep it over here, but I have to show you because I'm super excited. I got a few new things, but this one, check it out. You're gonna love this.
Is that a snow cone maker?
This is a Snoopy snow cone machine. This is like some vintage, man. This is so awesome. So you take these little cups and you fill it with water and you freeze them, and then you put them inside here, and then Snoopy here grinds it up.
The antique roadshow right now.
And then you're supposed to put like stuff in. I found this so Goodwill, so it doesn't have. And then you put your whatever right there. And there's like a shovel, like a giant snow shovel that I don't know what it does, but this is like vintage AF. I love this. I was like, wow. So that's my new.
Baz had that. Baz had that.
Yeah.
Baz had that. That's cool. So everyone's getting snow cones tonight.
Yeah. It'll just be this big.
And put Jaeger in the little syrup bottle.
Oh, Jaeger snow cones. All right.
See, that would be great. That would be really cool.
Put Jaeger in your Snoopy snow cone machine.
I'm down for that. And now I'm down. You know what I'm down for? I'm down for our guests. I'm down.
Heck yes.
With these campaigns, these causes. So we're going to bring up our first guest right now who's going to be joining us. He's no stranger to the show. Just an incredible talent. Film, comics, television. Everyone, you know him, you love him. Please welcome back Mr. Steven Peros.
Hello, everybody.
Mr. Peros,
Very happy to be here officially on Crowdfunding Comics. I usually pop up on this show or that show, but I'm thrilled to be on this show.
Yeah,
very excited to be here, especially as we are at the very, very end, at the tail end of this awesome first Indiegogo campaign, and now we're in the last hours of the Kickstarter campaign.
Oh.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, awesome. And then talking tonight, we've got a couple gentlemen reached out to me a couple weeks ago. They have a great, charitable cause that they do with comics. It's Heroes for Causes. So let's please welcome Jeremiah on the show and Mr. Joe.
What's up, boys?
What's going on, gentlemen? Welcome.
How's it going, everyone?
Hello.
Guys, very cool what you guys are doing out there. So I'm glad we get to spotlight that tonight. Check it out. Check out the website, what you guys are doing, how this was founded and all that. So that's going to be great to chat with you guys with. Very honorable thing to do, I guess.
Now, before you start, because you have a little pause right there, I want you to look at that bottom comment from Baz. I thought it tasted good at the time, but I also used to eat my boogers at the time.
Oh, Lord. Where's my bell? Oh, jeez.
I guess they both were a salty treat, maybe. I don't know. No, I didn't.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's too good to pass up. You know me. Cara's gross. Sorry about Cara.
She's got an alligator with a boob in its mouth, so we know how Cara rolls. Right there. All right, everyone. We also have on tonight, we got Mr. B.A. Turner in the house. Mr. Turner, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see all you guys.
Yes, and he's got Vigilantes Creed up on Indiegogo. It looks awesome. We're going to be checking that out tonight. And last but not least, a gentleman who's also not a stranger to the show. This is third or fourth appearance on here. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Oden.
What up, guys? How we doing?
What's up, brother?
Man. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
A minute.
We're going to be talking some Judex #1 with you tonight. That's currently live on Indiegogo. And if you guys want to preview some of this stuff, please check out the description below. All the links are there for all the campaigns, for the websites. And also, Cara will be posting them as well as some of our mods in the live chat. So if you guys want to check out those campaigns. So let's dive into it, Mr. Peros.
Oh, thank you.
Let's dive into some Stoker and Wells.
Dive into it.
Boom.
Beautiful. I love this art.
This is Billy's extraordinary variant cover, 140 copies, a limited edition. It's selling really well. People love it. Do you want me to talk about do you want me to give the lowdown on what the book is?
Give the lowdown, because this is
this is book 2 in a series, Stoker and Wells, and you can get both books 1 and 2 on this campaign. Stoker and Wells imagines a 20-something screw-up named H.G. Wells, who meets a grumpy 40-something theater manager named Bram Stoker, which is who both men were in 1893. And now the two men go on a shared adventure that winds up leading to the creative inspiration for both writers' first great work, Dracula and the Time Machine. The first book was critically praised, which I'm happy to say because it was my first book. And then after that, I dove into Billy's She trilogy, writing those scripts for him. But we're now developing it as a series for Amasia Entertainment, which is founded by the former president of Marvel Studios. We had a little bit of a delay going into book 2 because I couldn't quite figure out the development of the TV series and how that was going to correspond with the second book, because developing a graphic novel that takes place over the course of a week into a series means making some shifts, changes, adjustments. Anyway, writer's strike happened, and we thought, you know what, let's just do a book 2, 2 trains running. Amasia agreed, and now we are doing the sequel, the follow-up, book 2, which is Stoker and Wells, The Ashes of Revenge. There are both of our covers on screen. The main cover, which is drawn, inked, and colored by our main artist, Barry Orkin, who did all of the art, the pencils and inks for the book. And that cover on the right is Billy's extraordinary, and I don't use the word lightly, extraordinary variant cover, which is the same theme he did last time. Barry covered sort of our 2 men, Stoker and Wells, and Billy did the female cover. Here, it is one of our female characters. Did I say Mrs. Stoker, Mrs. Bram Stoker as a vampire? Could be. In our climax, pitted against Nina, who is an Eloy from H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And here is
the Time Machine.
I mean, Time Machine. My apologies. I'm looking at the screen as I'm saying this. The Time Machine. And here is a preview page from this book, this new book, which it has beautiful pencils and inks by Barry. It has colors by the great team at Estudio House, has letters by Mindy Lopkin, who I met courtesy of Billy on the She trilogy. We got along so well there. I said, would you do this book? She said, I would do it. So I'm very excited about this book. And we got tremendous reward levels. We have the book. If anyone hasn't read the first book, they could get both books on PDF. They could get both hard copies signed by me. They can get Billy's variant cover, all sorts of add-ons. We have an extraordinary Stoker and Wells mug with a logo and Barry's beautiful artwork on the other side. We sold out of Billy's. I think, put me back up for a second. I want to go through a few things for you, my friend. So Billy did this extraordinary variant cover for the first book, Order of the Golden Dawn. This was based on an early design for our character Nina, who later wound up looking more like this. But since Billy did this early, this was based on an early design. This sold very well during the campaign. We had a few copies left, and we sold all of these out between the Indiegogo and the Kickstarter for $150 a piece, signed by Billy. So I'm very happy about that. But what Billy has offered, which I secured at Comic-Con, was Billy has signed 24 of these, which is our mini posters signed by Billy of this cover. I announced it yesterday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time that the next 20, I said 20, but for this show I have a few more. The next 20 pledges at any sort of level that requires postage, which means $25 and up, will get this for free. 10 are gone. So if you want it, you should consider pledging for anything from the $25 level and up. And in your envelope, as just a gift, is this beautiful mini poster that people have paid $150 for the full book. Billy has signed these, and that will come along.
It's like the Home Shopping Network.
And I will tell you about another treat, that a freebie. You're going to say, this cannot possibly be free. That went on the campaign yesterday. So Billy did our variant cover, and you just saw the color version. Here's Billy's beautiful pencil original sketch with his signature and his beautiful emblem. That went within hours of launching this campaign for $900 to one of his fans. Well, when I was at Comic-Con, unexpectedly, like Father Christmas, Billy Tucci presents this to me, which is signed and stamped. This is an 11 by 17 pencil rough.
That Steve rejected. Soundly rejected and told me it was crap.
Yeah, we both. No, I never said crap. Not to your face.
No.
So he said, why don't you try to have some? So this is what I'm doing. Free, you say? Well, no. What we are doing is the highest bid between yesterday at 11:30 a.m. and until this campaign closes roughly 11:30 Pacific time on Friday. Whoever has the highest bid, right now it's only $145. For anything else on the campaign, this is someone who bought like 2 books plus Billy's variant cover. If they remain the highest bid, they are also going to get Billy's sketch free of charge sent to them. So that means that between now and the end, if you were to get something for $300 or $400, or you wanting to be in the book for $1,000 plus getting our artist Barry will draw you into the book. We'll even call him by your name if that's your desire. Along with all the other things you get, which is copies of the book, the mug, etc. This will also show up at your door. I mean, that's really extraordinary.
Cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of the character, being the character, because if you got a television show in development,
absolutely,
and I know things are a little bit held off right now because of the strike and all, but quite possibly you could be a character on a television show named after you.
Well, but you are already for all posterity, for immortality. Right. People read the book. The book exists. It lives. It lives as a PDF. It lives as a physical hard copy. We keep selling these books long after these crowdfunding ends. So it's to me, I think it's an extraordinary thing to be in somebody's book, and with an artist like Barry drawing you, I mean, you literally cannot go wrong.
Yeah, no, Barry's great.
Yeah, he's an extraordinary artist.
You guys go way back, you, Billy, and Barry.
Barry, Billy, and I met in 7th grade about 12 years ago when we were in 7th grade. No, I'm kidding, of course. We met in 7th grade in Peter J. Brennan Junior High School in North Babylon, New York, on Long Island, the heart of working class Long Island, the beating heart of working class Long Island. And we all 3 drew. And I stopped somewhere around college and started making movies and writing. So my drawing is atrophied a bit. But these gentlemen, we've all been close. We've been dear friends and gotten the chance to now work together really significantly. Coming on board after I did the first Stoker and Wells to do the trilogy with Billy has just been a really, really wonderful experience professionally, personally. We've had a ball, so much so that Billy wants me to do the next trilogy with him, which I'm
you got to come out here. So Scala, Steve's going to be coming out in the fall.
He is. We're going to meet up.
Pit and cigars. Huzzah!
Yes. Let's do it.
That's right. That's me.
Let's go get some tomahawks.
That's right. But like I said,
Jaeger bombs.
I don't expect these to last very long. So if you want one of these tucked in your little envelope, I encourage you to go on the campaign sooner than later, because 10 have gone just today. And I imagine the other 10 will be gone very shortly. So consider hopping on, consider getting one of our pledge levels that involve shipping. So if you get a PDF, you won't get this. You'll get the PDF, which is extraordinary and extraordinarily priced at only $10 for a 93-page first book and a 60-page second book. So we're really proud of the price point we've been able to keep.
Oh, very nice. Now, for those that are getting invested in this, is there a third book coming?
Oh, there is a third book.
Is there an echo, Scala?
Did you hear one?
You're echoing.
Not on my end. I don't hear an echo.
No, it was somebody has YouTube open and the sound on it, because that's happened to me a few times, but it's not me because I make sure it's muted. So if you have it on your computer, like outside of right here, just make sure it's muted. Yeah. Like not your own computer, just that.
No, but I'll mute in case Scala, you and I are using the same StreamYard, so maybe that's it.
No, we're good. That's not us. So yeah, if they're getting invested in this, because like myself, I've backed the first book when we did the campaign. I backed the second book. Could we be anticipating a third book?
Absolutely can. Just like the first book, it has an incredibly satisfying ending, if I do say so myself, and the fans did, and the critics did, but it also paves the way. You knew that there was a next book coming. There was a bit of a cliffhanger, a bit of a tease of something to come. And the same here. It definitely has just like we did with Billy's Return of the Warrior trilogy. They all have very satisfying climactic third acts, and but yet the tease of, oh, it hasn't ended yet. And the same happens with this book. It's really a fun ending, which of course I won't spoil here. But yes, they're definitely, this is a series of books that will keep going, no question.
Oh, awesome,
Absolutely.
Steve. I love it. I hope it gets to screen, man.
Thank you. But we are $1,726 shy of our goal, and we need to get to that goal. So I hope those listening will give it a shot. Check out
pledge
the
for
campaign.
pledge for one of the last one of the lowest run Tucci covers ever, because these
Well,
are limited, right?
I'll tell you, one of the things I'm proud of is, and someone got it a couple of people got it in my first campaign. I have a $350 level where you get the book. But for anybody who's an aspiring screenwriter, and there are a lot of them in this universe of comic book fans and graphic novels fans, I will read your script, send you written notes, and have a half-hour phone call with you. And that is not inconsiderable, because I've done it professionally for the William Morris Agency for Endeavor. I was one of their top script readers back in the day. I was requested by the top agents. I teach screenwriting and TV writing for a college and also an adult ed. My regular rate is $650 to do it privately, which I do get. So here I'm doing it for $350, plus you get a copy of the book signed. And if that winds up being the highest pledge by Friday, you will get this. This, I tell you, Billy's sketch. So, consider it. That's also, especially if you know screenwriter friends or TV writers, TV pilots, anything that you've written that you want some professional feedback on, constructive professional feedback on. That's one of my other jobs in life.
Very cool, Steve,
Right
man. And again,
on.
everyone.
That's a super sweet deal.
That is a super sweet deal.
$350?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, now if you heard, but he's
is.
sort of a big deal, Steve. He's very humble when it comes to his own career, what he's accomplished and what he does for a living.
A little bit of my background is on the Kickstarter. A little brief bio, but I've sold. I've done movies for Lionsgate and Kirsten Dunst and Jackie Chan, and I've sold TV pilots to NBC, Lifetime, E, MTV. Now this new hat of storytelling, which is graphic novels, which is exciting and came along, which I've thoroughly enjoyed and will continue forging forward on. So
Very
yes,
good.
had my hand in a bunch of different. To me, it's all storytelling. It's all storytelling, and I enjoy it in all there. I'm also a playwright. I've had plays produced in 6 countries. So yeah, I've had. Knockwood, so far so good.
Very good. And everyone, again, if you want to check out this campaign, the link's below in the description. You can also check it out. It'll be posted up into the live chat. Again, there's 41 hours to go on the Kickstarter. This kicked off initially on Indiegogo, over to Kickstarter. So you've got 48 hours to back this book. Definitely, I know, me, Billy, can speak for ourselves. We've obviously backed the first book. We backed the second book. It's all great stuff. I've got my copy right here of the first book. If you see my little window, I'm not just talking out of turn here, not just talking out of turn. I definitely have it. But give it a chance, back it. It's some great stuff. And Steve, man, I appreciate you coming on, sharing this with us. And I think tomorrow night, Billy, are we doing a closeout on this?
Yeah, we're gonna do it a little Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci.
Oh, excellent! So your schedule freed up. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I freed it up. I'm taking her out to an expensive place. It's Debbie's birthday Friday.
Excellent.
So I kind of convinced her. I'm like, I got to work, and she's like, all right.
No, come on, you
guys. Working for you.
You got to take your best girl out on Friday night.
Go.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
Thank you, and tell her thank
Who
you
goes
for
out on
me.
a Thursday night, right, Cara? Would you want to go on a Thursday night? Or you'd rather go on a Friday night?
I go
Thursday.
everywhere. I go everywhere on all the nights.
Well,
It's Thirsty Thursday, Billy.
What's that?
It's Thirsty Thursday, man.
Thirsty Thursday. Well, plus I have a lunch tomorrow. It's funny. I have a lunch tomorrow with the head of the U.S. Army of New York State, the head of recruiting, a lieutenant colonel. So I have because he wants to learn how can we get the comics industry, comic fans, interested in the U.S. Army.
Wow, awesome.
So he wants to meet with me. So I'm gonna have lunch with him. So if I'm doing that too, I'm like, honey, I'm doing this. I'm a little tired, from the con. Can we go out Friday? And she's like, okay. So boom.
Nice.
That's
There
just
you go.
weird though. Like if you have a second, like I'm thinking about this and I get the idea, but if you look at today's comic book demographic, like let's just be honest here. They're not exactly like the age range that people that would join the military are in.
Well, he's looking at Comic Cons. That's what they're looking at. So I don't know. I have my own say. I'm not crazy about a lot of stuff that they're doing. I think they're going in the wrong direction.
Cosplayers.
What I got to lose? I got a free lunch.
Cosplayers.
And hopefully I won't end up rejoining the Army Reserves.
Watch it, Billy. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
I know.
Billy's
Billy,
Reserves because it interferes with Comic Cons on the weekend.
That's right. And wrestling.
Exactly.
My son's wrestling too.
Yeah, so be careful when they're floating things in front of you while they're talking to you, and they're having you sign she memorabilia. Yeah, sign this too, Billy. Sign this too, Billy.
I know.
Watch it.
I know.
You start
So I
doing
did
like
have fun in it.
old propaganda cartoons,
Oh, that was it's fun though doing some stuff for Joe Kubert and some of the what's it called? PM magazine, the PCM or whatever, the preventative maintenance. It was a magazine that Joe Kubert actually ran, and he had a bunch of Army reservists and stuff working for him and all, and fun times. So
very cool.
We'll
Well,
see.
Steve, man, feel free to hang out with us.
Yes,
If you got to go, no hard feelings, but we're going to jump in. We're going to check out. So we got Jeremiah and Joe on. We're going to talk some Heroes for Cause. So, gentlemen, take it away. What have you guys been up to?
First off, I'm a big Snoopy ice cone fan. Remember having one of those as a kid, and that was one of my favorite things. So glad you shared that with us. But no, we're Heroes for Causes. We do books based on kids with chronic illnesses. So we have one on the left there, that's center ice. It's based on a young man named Weston who's beaten brain cancer 4 times. On the right is Pathway, who's actually Jeremiah created this character in cosplay because he himself has cystic fibrosis, which is a rare lung disease. And back about 10, 15 years, Jeremiah, correct me if I'm wrong, but the life expectancy for someone with cystic fibrosis was maybe early to mid 30s. So he's defying all
10
odds.
years ago, it was early 20s. Now we're looking at like late 40s and stuff. So
he's a living and walking miracle, having cystic fibrosis and growing up with it and beating the odds. And then the third one that just came out that's not on the page right there is on a brother and sister superhero duo from Colorado who have type 1 diabetes. But we're super stoked because we're invited to the Secret Stash in Red Bank, New Jersey on August 12th.
Oh, nice.
We'll be there raising funds for the American Cancer Society Gold Together for Childhood Cancer. So we have some artists doing commissions. 100% of all the donations will be going straight to the Gold Together program. We have some silent auction items. We have some cosplayers who will be doing photo ops. Jane Silent Bob's is making a generous donation based on the sales of the day. And then so is Tacoholics down the street. So we're super excited to raise a lot of funds for a good cause.
Oh, very nice.
Wonderful.
And you got
man.
some donations in, right? You guys got
Yeah,
some
super
donations?
excited. Special shout out, Amanda. I just got back from picking up the donation. She generously donated 23 pops. I told her that our artists were going to be doing little paint commissions on them and stuff at the event for donations. And she was all in. And just want to send a special thank you to Amanda for doing that. That was very, very generous and not necessary, but it's going to go towards a great cause and help the event become a great success.
Oh,
So
thank
are you
you,
taking
Amanda.
donations of things like that as well? What kind of things are you taking donations of?
So anything that anybody might consider might do well in a silent auction. We talked to Mike and Julia at the stash, and they said we could have a preview table on Friday. So we'll set out either the items themselves or maybe some pictures with the little silent auction bidding slips, and we'll just let everyone know what's going to be available on Saturday. And then we'll be taking the bids on Saturday from 12 to 4 and then announcing the winners after that.
What were you
There you
holding
go.
up there, Jeremiah?
And since y'all like variant covers so much, that's one of the variant covers for Center Ice.
Oh, dude.
Very cool.
We also have, I want to say, 3 or 4 left that are the hollow foil of this.
Holy shit, that's a great.
We did some short print runs because everyone likes variant covers, but we have a few that we did 25 or 50 of total print run. So we'll probably sign a couple at the event, put them into a maybe the silent auction or something like that, and then yeah, hopefully people come out and support the good cause. We're gonna have some cosplayers. I'm actually putting together a cosplay outfit to myself be a cosplayer that day. We didn't really have any contacts in upstate New Jersey to this kind of came together within the last month or so. So we felt bad kind of reaching out to cosplayers, trying to get them to show up. So we decided.
Oh, you never feel bad reaching out to cosplayers. They're like, yeah, they will fight to go. The things I used to do in those groups, oh my God. I mean, we would go to the opening of an envelope.
So we are waiting to hear back for sure, but we do have one item auction, or one auction item that we're waiting to hear back for sure. That's really awesome. That if we get it, I know it's going to raise some money, and that's a video call and signed merch from Roy Thomas.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
We're just waiting for him to actually decide which one he's going to do right now.
Well, good thing you announced it here. The Pop XP is the home of Roy Thomas.
That's right.
That's right. Steven Semino says, "Boom show, everyone, check it out every Tuesday."
Bing.
Hello. Now, so you've got these books listed here, right? You got Type 1 Diabetes, Upturn and Downdraft, Pathway Cosplay Outfit, Pediatric Brain Cancer Center Ice, right? So when you go down here, you have donation tabs. When someone donates, do they get copies of these books? Are these for donations to produce the books? What happens when we donate?
Yeah, those donation links are probably helping to fund the next issues of those books. We did an initial print run with every book that we do. A percentage of those goes to hospitals. Most of them go to the actual charity themselves. So if they do like a walkathon, a run, some kind of fundraiser in their area, they might put them in swag bags, gift bags, and things like that. And then to get a head start on the next issue, we fundraise ourselves, just production costs and printing costs and stuff like that. But we've been pretty fortunate. Our charity partners have some generous donors that have been able to help fund the printing of the books that we've done so far, and do a sizable print run so that we can get these out to kids for free. We set up at MegaCon. We handed out a lot of these books for free. Of course, people are welcome to make donations. That helps us print more books. And then ultimately giving back to the cause and spreading awareness for the different diseases that we represent.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Our first book came out just before the pandemic hit.
2019, yeah.
All right, excellent.
So the picture you were showing a second ago, the brother and sister there.
Yeah.
So the little girl in that picture there, Scarlett, has CF. I'm in Florida, Joseph's in Ohio. They ordered these books all the way from the UK. Wow. Their mom got them for them for Christmas, and they sent us that picture and like a video of her talking about how Pathway was her new best friend, and like the reactions like that are pretty much why we do this. So
that's awesome. I really like what you guys are doing here, and you guys got your shop here, which I was bringing up here. So this is where people can buy. It looks like physicals and PDFs.
Correct.
Yep.
And then these funds go back to.
They go back to our charity partners. Correct.
The charity partners.
Yep.
Very cool. How many artists and stuff do you guys have working with you?
We got one-man wrecking crew for our penciler and concept artist, Mr. Donovan Peterson. He's based out of Las Vegas. We couldn't do all of what we do without Donovan. He's one of the 3 founders of Heroes for Causes. So special thank you goes out to Donovan. And then Kieran Squires is in Spain. He's actually joining us for the event at the Stash in August. So we're super pumped to have Kieran stateside, but he's our anchor. Oh, sweet. And then Febri Ferdian is from, I'm going to get this wrong, I think Indonesia. And Febri came on with the second book, did the third book. We love his colors. And then Rob Jones, Mr. Rob Jones from the UK is our letterer. And then a special shout out to our editing team, Mike and Katrina.
Oh, very cool, man.
That's
this is
cool.
really
How did
neat.
you? Can I ask a question? How do you find such an eclectic creative team? How do you find people from the UK and from Indonesia and from Spain? How does that work?
So what actually happened is originally it was going to be a cosplay and a character I made to hand out like information about CF. Mm-hmm. And when I went to a comic book creator group to try to find an artist, I got Donovan and Joseph's attention, and Donovan's had family members with CF2 that unfortunately are no longer here. But they thought it would be great to do a whole book with it, and it kind of went from there with just people who felt drawn to us signed on, And some of them doing it, volunteering their time like we do. Some just lowering their rates a little bit. Whatever they could do.
What a noble endeavor, guys!
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
So is Mike gonna get like Kevin Smith to do something, huh?
We do. He is going to be in town that weekend. We were told that we could not guarantee anybody he would be there, but that he would do his best.
Oh, that would be cool.
Okay, that's
so
better than nothing.
We did just get invited today. We are going to be on Ming's podcast before the event.
Oh, when is
nice.
that?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Like I said, they just emailed us today. So
I think today's his birthday, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just said that. Today's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Ming.
Happy birthday, Ming.
Karen and Ming are buddies.
yeah. So a cool
Hail
little
me.
detail about the cover for Upturn and Downdraft here. Like I said, this is the type 1 diabetic one. And their mom told us that they carry gummy bears all the time for when their sugars drop low. And if you kind of look behind the kids, they've got a little gummy bear robot that helps refill their suit's energies when they're running low.
Oh, right here. There you go.
Very
Oh, that's
cool.
cool. Very cool, guys. Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck with the event.
Appreciate it. Hopefully a few y'all that are in the area will show up.
Yeah. The event here, it's up on Facebook. I put the link in the chat. I'm gonna add this event link into the description for the show as well. So if
Appreciate
anyone's
it.
interested in attending, all the info for this event, which is going to be on Saturday, August 12th, at the Secret Stash in New Jersey. Very cool.
Which is one of the best comic shops in the country.
Yeah.
It is a cool shop.
Another detail, like it's not, I don't see it on the post, but there's a restaurant right there called Tacoholics that makes really amazing food. They're also going to be giving us 20% of all their proceeds from people who eat there that mention us.
That's great.
So get comic books and awesome food, and it all does good stuff. So
Very cool.
That's
Well,
awesome.
again, man, congratulations to you guys, what you're doing, your cause. This is a great event. I may try to get myself down there too. I think it'd be kind of cool. We'll see. But that's really cool. So again, everyone, the link is below for the event now. It is in the live chat if you guys want to check it out. If you're in the area, you might as well stop in, see what they got going on. Maybe hit up that silent auction. Who knows what's going to be in there? And help support the kids, man. This is all about the kids and everything.
Absolutely.
Very cool, guys. I appreciate you bringing this on to the show.
Thank you so much
Anytime.
for having us. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you. And again, you guys are more than welcome to hang out, or if you got to cut out, by all means, no hard feelings. We got 2 more campaigns to go through. So, Mr. B.A. Turner, let's talk some Vigilantes Creed.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, this is a bit of a hybrid campaign since it has novels and a mini comic. So there are 2 full prose novels at around 240 pages each at an oversized cover size as well, and then a supplemental mini comic that introduces all of the characters with key information with many of the major scenes in the book.
Mhm.
So it's going to be between 15 and 17 pages. Most of the cover art and interior art is done by Corey Barton, one of the Barton brothers. And then for the black and white art version and the duology version, where it's both books in one large kind of bundle, it's got the Joe Ball cover. So essentially it's based around modern day Detroit. It's engulfed in corruption and madness, like, well, Detroit's been for a couple decades now, and all of which is headed by a man named Incubus, the villain. And he's not just fueled by power and greed, but he's also unearthed a Nazi-era mind control serum, which allows him to enter the subconscious of any of his subjects. So he can essentially bend their mind to his will to create super soldiers that don't feel any pain or fear. What he doesn't expect is for one of his super soldiers to slip up and get caught during an attempted rape by an average streetwalker or average person. Fortunately, that man does neutralize that super soldier, saving the woman, but does incur a lethal wound, stab wound during the altercation. what no one expects is that awakens a ancient grimoire a few blocks away that guides the keeper of the grimoire, a Catholic priest, to the scene of the crime, and he uses that grimoire to resurrect the man whose name is Slade Allen, and that's what binds him to an angelic spell that turns him into a gargoyle every night at the strike of midnight. And as he's trying to figure out what's going on in the city, who has kind of created these super soldiers, he teams up with other vigilantes that have been affected by this villain. So, and I'm sorry if I don't speak perfectly today. I'm getting over the worst stomach flu of my life.
Oh, dude.
I read that. I was like, I saw that you posted about it, and I was like, oh Jesus, I wonder if he's gonna come on tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it, but I haven't had caffeine in 2 days, and I haven't really ate. So, I promise the pitch is much better in the campaign than what you're hearing right now. So,
yeah,
it looks fantastic though.
Yeah, it's so
Thank you.
haunting. I love it.
I would like
Yeah,
to compliment you on your appropriate and proper use of the comma at the end after the S on Vigilantes, because for those of you that know me, you know that I am a stickler for these things, these grammar things. And most people do not know when something ends with an S and then obtains a plural, you put the apostrophe after the S. So thank you so much for doing that. You just just gave my heart a kiss when I saw that. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this, both novels, they've been professionally edited. I went full out on this project. It's been a 7-year endeavor. And, kind of my goal was to be able to provide novel readers with a more immersive experience, to be able to properly visualize all of the characters as they're reading the book versus trying to figure it out as they're going along or remember how they're described earlier in the book. Because not a lot of novels actually have very, very good cover art, to be honest, or cover art that provides a good visual of the major characters. But on top of that, I also wanted to give a preview to the comic fans, because my goal is to, after this campaign, jump right into a full series of comic issues. So this would be essentially their preview into the quality they would receive and the type of panels and whatnot. So I'm really excited for them to see Corey's work, and trying to get novel readers more into comics, because I do think that especially novel writers, could really benefit from teaming up with comic artists to get some proper cover art, not be scammed with AI artists and such. And I think it's also, I am hoping to get comic readers to also take a chance on novels again, because a lot of them were inspired by old time novels, classics like Tolkien and whatnot. But a lot of the content being put out today is just it's not very good, especially through publishers. So, I'm hoping to attract both sides and provide a really unique reading experience and an extremely unique story.
Yeah, and that really is a lost art. The dime novel covers, they were just like not paperback covers. They were so great back in the day with James Bama, and Frazetta did them and all. And it's it's Larry Elmore. It's really a lost art. They look like shit now for the most part. It's amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. And what's great too is I pulled inspiration from comics, from films, from novels, all the way from Ayn Rand, especially Marv Wolfman, because he's also a hybrid creator, as I call him, to Christopher Nolan, Zack Snyder, etc. So you're going to get a very unique story that's filled with escapism, but it's also going to have some eeriness, like an H.P. Lovecraft novel. And it's a story about true heroism versus true evil or pure evil. You're not going to get a villain that's redeemable or relatable. It's a villain that you absolutely despise, that you just can't wait for him to get what's coming to him, and a hero that, even though he looks like a villain, and this is a potential misconception of folks, is he's a gargoyle. This is very deep in biblical and supernatural lore, and a lot of the old Gothic Catholic churches have gargoyles, or what they call grotesques, on top of them, with the purpose of being able to instill fear in the evilest of spirits to prevent them from entering the church. And so that's where I grew on that idea of having a true hero that could be so freaky and intimidating that he uses fear as his greatest weapon.
Mm-hmm. And then Daniel Russell asked, he said, so will this be reprinted when you do a full-size comic?
Yes. So my goal long term is, hopefully in a year or so, once I have a full comic issue, I hope to have the third book, which will be an indirect spin-off with some characters that are introduced at the end. And then I'll definitely have, second chance option for these novels. And then with the perks here, there's a lot going on because there's so many physical items. I wanted to make sure that people could get individual items if they wanted, or bundle packages, which are definitely the most cost effective. The featured perk has all 5 physical items, which is both novels, the Corey Barton mini comic, the Skunk Artworks mini comic variant, and the Joe Ball black and white art book for just $50. And there's also a digital novel collection for only $25. So there are very affordable options, regardless of what you're looking for, for everybody.
Oh, very cool. And let's play your campaign video.
Yeah, for sure.
That was really cool.
Yeah, art is great, man.
That was really
Thank
cool. And Sooner GM says, looks really good. Glad I backed it day one.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Thank
So
you.
you've got 29 backers right now. You have 48 days left, so you got some time to reach your $4,000 goal. Again, everyone, the link for this campaign is below if you want to start checking it out. Man, that art in the video was sick.
Yeah, thank you.
That was cool. That was a great video.
Yeah, another thing to note too is with
I love
any
that
of
music
the
too.
I know,
Thank
right?
you.
I'm like, oh, that's great. Ah, crap, copyright strike.
So good.
Oh no, you're good. That
Knock
one's
on wood.
that's good with YouTube. But big props to Von Klaus who did the trailer. He has some awesome campaigns out there. Make sure that everyone keeps an eye on Corey's work and Joe Ball. He's got his Death campaign. I highly recommend. And one thing I want to note too is for any of the physical bundled packages, you get 3 free art prints and 2 free bookmarks with art that is not just by Corey, but also a print by Elliot Rodriguez, who's an up-and-coming artist out of Peru. So there's a lot of freebies. There's also the original art for the Skunk Artworks painting, which is a very large wraparound painting right there. And then the original art for the Joe Ball black and white is also available, and 1 Joe Ball sketch card is left. So
wow, very cool.
God bless the great Joe Ball.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Did you have a lunchbox?
Yes. Yeah. There's some cool add-ons. There are aluminum signs.
Sorry, you have a lunchbox?
Yeah. Here we go.
Retro lunchbox. Yep.
Yes. That's cool.
There's a custom 500-piece puzzle, aluminum signs, posters. You can get those as add-ons, or there's 2 really large packages where you literally get everything plus those add-ons. So
I'd love to make
there's a lot going on.
You should.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Like a bento
That's
box.
so cool.
Make a she bento box, bro.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
would I get that made? Where would I get a bento box made?
There's some places.
Yeah,
That is
there's places.
cool.
Very cool,
You can
man.
probably start out with like chopsticks too.
Yeah.
There you go. With some imprinting on them.
Yeah, why not? What do you think, Steve? Should he do it?
Smaller, though, the bento
Bungee on
box.
there.
I just think a regular lunchbox like he has here is so impressive.
Yeah. I'm
Right,
a lunchbox.
Steve? Right. Like, you know, like Steve Peros' his old Gentle Ben lunchbox he used to have when Woods Road Elementary School.
A fan made this
$1 million
lunchbox
man.
for me.
What do you got?
nice.
Let's see what you got there.
A
That's
fan
cool.
had made this lunchbox for me. He screenshot some terrible pictures of me, and
That's
and,
amazing.
and took pictures of me with him, and made me a lunchbox.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I have a couple more too. Like I love lunchboxes. I collect them.
And snow cone makers.
Just the
Yes.
one. Only Snoopy.
Yeah, but that's the rabbit hole now. And they're gonna be going down, getting all these weird, like Scooby-Doo snow cone maker.
Right?
You know,
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes snow cone maker.
Dude, Planet of the Apes is my jam. I saw the whole documentary like numerous times, plus the originals. Like I'm all about that, and the other ones too.
Oh yeah, and one other thing I wanted to note too is the novels are 100% complete. I have proofs already in hand. The mini comic will be complete before the campaign is ended, so everything will be getting shipped out and fulfilled in October. So this will be a very quick from start of the campaign to fulfillment period.
Nice.
Right on.
Nice. And you got a backer. You're now at 30 backers.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Awesome, thank you.
There you go. Very good, man. Well, hey, man, really appreciate you reaching out, bringing this campaign on. It looks awesome. Looking forward to when you start bringing the comic book series out. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Same
your
here.
time? While I'm talking about that, what is kind of your time frame to get that, the comic book series into production?
I mean, my goal is within a year and a half to have the first issue complete, as
Mhm.
well as that third novel. I would like to have the whole thing done actually before I do the crowdfunding campaign, kind of like I did here. But I'm just waiting to see what the reception is on this campaign, and how the funding goes before I get a firm timeline. But ideally, I'd like to be able to produce something at least once a year. So.
Cool, man. Well, good, man. Good luck with this campaign. Again, there's 48 days left, everyone. Please look below the links there, the links in the live chat. And also, again, if, these campaigns aren't something, the funds aren't there right now, please just go on your social media, grab the link, share it on your social media, on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. Just share out these campaigns. You may know one person, you might know 20 people that'll back these campaigns. So help the indie community out by spreading the word. The same for, Heroes for Causes. Grab that link, the website, spread it out. I mean, it's for the children. It's getting comic books in children's hands. It's for a good cause. Yeah. So please, share these links out.
I wanted to piggyback on that for a second, Nile. One of the things that it's really important for our fans and friends and family to know, because sometimes people don't pledge because they don't have the money, and they think that, well, I got to buy the book and the shipping and the this and the that. People just, first off, nobody owes any of us anything. But I think it's important that you just let people know, look, if you can't pledge, don't worry about it. But if everybody, even if it's just a $5 to wish us luck, because if enough people did that on some of these campaigns, instead of just not do anything, literally take what you would spend at Starbucks and just throw it at a friend or that actually does a lot. People don't realize it. That's a big help to just, if you can't, afford the level that of one of the things, or you're tapped out, even that is a help to everybody on sitting here right now.
I like that. I think that we need to start like a trend, like have a day, like a small business day, right? Instead of small business Saturday, like the way that it is, but where you take money that you would normally, kind of like fasting, you take the money that you would go to Starbucks with that day, and you put it towards a small business. You know what I mean? A creator, something you want to support. Maybe we need to make that like a trend and create an event and make a thing for that. I love it.
That's really cool. That's a great idea.
Support your creator day.
That's right.
And my second big point requires me having the screen for a second, Nile. It's very important.
Sure.
Oh, should we add some music to this one, Steven?
Oh!
What?
That's awesome.
That was his fourth grade.
Wow, was that
not
yours?
mine. I have to say, while I did have lunch boxes of merit, I no longer own any of them. But this one I think I picked up about 20 years ago at at a thrift store when they weren't overpriced. So I had to show.
Did you have a Planet of the Apes one, Steve?
Sadly, I did not. I have quite a lot of Planet of the Apes memorabilia. I'm a Planet of an Apes nut. I do have all 5 of the novelizations, as well as the tie-in, the original 1968 tie-in from that was printed.
I have that book. I had that book.
Yeah, this was actually the tie-in. But you had exactly, Billy.
I know.
Steve has it now.
Yeah, I'm a huge apophile.
I only have a Brent doll.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a doll with me?
Brent, that's beneath the Planet of the Apes. I do a 3-second impersonation of Brent from Beneath the Planet of the Apes, from when they're trying to, they don't speak, they communicate with you telepathically, and they also torture you telepathically.
Yes.
So my Brent impersonation, which also requires full screen, is I'm sorry, Taylor. I don't know who Taylor is. That's it.
Where'd all the viewers go? Oh man,
That was believable. I mean, I flinched for a minute there. I was like, oh,
yeah, listen, they get in his head. James Franciscus in a loincloth for the whole movie.
Yes, the best part.
Jetto Jaga has I have an original metal $6 million man lunchbox.
Hold on to it.
Yep.
Nice.
Put it in the prenup.
I still have my my lunchbox isn't cool. I still have, like in the early 90s when they did the plastic ones. I still have my Batman the Animated Series lunchbox with thermos.
Trapper Keeper too?
I do have a Trapper Keeper. It's a remake one. I got it like last year. I don't even know where it is.
The worst thing about having lunch, having that the period where they were metal, they had the thermoses inside, and kids, you're including yourself, you throw it around, you drop it. That day that you go to open your chocolate milk, and it's like, because it's shattered inside, glass in it.
Here, I got it right here.
Check you.
Trapper Keeper.
That doesn't look like a lunchbox.
That's not a lunchbox.
She asked if I had a Trapper Keeper. I knew I had one somewhere in here.
You gotta take out all those outsides and put your own pictures in there.
No, it's the retro. It's gotta look good. Come on. You know what looks good, guys? You know what looks really good? Judex #1.
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess I'm up.
Segue.
You're up, Mike.
Yeah. So this is actually a rework of an old 1916 silent film character that we kind of took, and I turned him into this defender of Parisian culture during the Nazi occupation in the 40s.
Excellent.
And so like the whole idea was, I'm a huge fan of the Shadow, and this Judex character, while it's never been confirmed, there's a lot of people that think that Walter B. Gibson might have been inspired potentially by this character. And the more research that I did, I found out that during like World War II, French magazines would actually print the Shadow stories as Judex. They just replaced the Shadow with Judex. And so this kind of got the wheels in my head going, and I really liked having this idea of having this character that he's tapped into the cultural heartbeat of his city, and he's not just fighting the Nazis. He's trying to inspire his people and judge them for not only their actions, but their inaction in the face of the occupation, and is trying to build a resistance to keep his city alive.
The inaction.
Yeah.
That's tits, man. Keep going. Sorry.
No, you're all good. But yeah, so like, obviously the big thing with that was obviously, working on getting the design right. So, and giving him the proper tool. And so what I did was I worked with an artist. I came up with this idea because the original character didn't really have, like, he had the cap and he had the cloak, but there was something missing. Shadow has that red scarf. And so I came up with this idea to give him a like carnival mask, and that we work in the facade of the scales of justice into it. And then for his weapon of choice, he has what I call Le Veuve, or the widow, and it's a Colt peacemaker made from the blade of the guillotine from the French Revolution, and this weapon is its own character in a way, because in the hands of Judex, this weapon only has as many rounds as needed for justice to be served. So like justice is exact in his hand, and we I ended up pitching this to a good friend of mine, Aaron Neff, who is the head of Global Frequency Studio. Him and his wife Freak Girl, they did Mavericks last year, phenomenal book. And they saw the potential in it. And so we came together, and this is the first chapter of a creative collaboration between my company and theirs. So like I came up with the story, I did the initial script treatment, and then Neff came in with a blood red pen and a hammer and chisel and like whittled away at it. And we made something I think really special. And I found this fantastic artist, Fabrizio Ugolini, who does this beautiful black and white style that pays homage to that, black and white silent film feel. And that's really what we were going for. And I think that, it also plays into the morality tale of, you've got this story about a character who is the judge. Like that's what Judex means in Latin. It means judge. And so he's sitting there and he's watching, and he's judging his city. And so yeah, like it's been an absolute blast to work on. It's great to see come to life. We're close to being complete. Our hope is to have a proof in hand by the end of our 60 days for the main book. But like we have so much to offer on the campaign. I know that while you guys were scrolling down, I think earlier B.A. Turner was talking about Vaughn. We established a crossover with his version of Black Terror from his Terror in the Trenches campaign. So one of the things that we have is a 12-page ashcan that Vaughn wrote, and his creative team from Terror in the Trenches is doing the art for. It's a fantastic little story with Judex and the Terror teaming up against a Nazi occult warlock who's resurrected this vampire coven in Paris.
That's really cool.
Listen, is that why Parisians look like that?
I
said, is that why Parisians look like that?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Who knows?
That makes sense.
I have to point something out to Billy about this campaign, which he may not know. Billy, do you know he has a cape as one of the reward levels? Can you put that up? Scroll. I think it's
up. So we have a full cosplay set.
Oh,
we have a full cosplay set.
Now I am furious at you because the cape is not an add-on as an individual item. Why?
So the reason for this is there's only going to be 3 of these made. If you go to the campaign things, the Freak Girl is hand making a custom cape for you with custom materials in it and everything. You get your measurements, and then you get the mask and the gun, and the prop gun is fully actionable. You can pull back, you can pull the trigger, you can spin the wheel out, you can pull back the hammer. Everything works outside of being able to shoot it. Like we're not doing that. But like it comes in a wooden box with velvet lining and the ability to hang it up on your wall. The mask is fully functional, 3D printed and hand painted by Matt MK, who is really famous in like the 3D printing and miniatures community. He's won awards. Like we went all out on this, and we offer some fantastic price points. The lowest campaign offer that we have, probably the best deal on this outside of our featured tier, is there's a guy that's in the community that wants to back books, but he doesn't really care about getting all the stretch goal tchotchkes, everything. So we created a tier just for him called the Guapo tier. And for $10, you get just the book, none of the stretch goals, no shipping in the domestic US.
It's amazing.
So it's just $10. Then at our digital tier isn't just our book. It comes with a free 3-month subscription to Global Comics, which is effectively like Netflix for indie books. It's got over 2,500 indie comics on there that you can read, and that you get 3 months of that free.
What is that called?
Global Comics.
Global Comics.
Okay.
And then our featured tier is, I think, is like our best bang for buck, where you get for $50 you get our main cover. We also have and then you get our 2 variants. We've got one by Erwin J. Rosa, that's an Alex Ross homage for the Shadow, and then we've got a Russ Leach glow in the dark cover, which also has a spot gloss black on black Eiffel Tower in the background. And then you get the Le Marion coin, which is like one of the basic things that comes with the normal book. If you get like the base tier, the Le Marion coin significance to the book is that this is how he identifies his agents, is he gives them one of these coins. Le Marion being the French embodiment of justice from like the French Revolution. And then you also get a glow in the dark. You also get a glow in the dark print from Rich Ayala. He did this beautiful Phantom of the Opera homage, like print for us, and it's absolutely stunning. And then you get the crossover book that I was telling you about that Vaughn did with us, as well as a metal print of the cover for that, and you get that for $50.
So Judex is a public domain at this point?
Yes, he is public domain at this point.
An awesome use of exploring public domain characters. I mean, that's what I obviously looked into with H.G. Wells and Bram Stoker. You know, you don't have to pay anybody rights for Time Machine or Dracula, but Judex is a 20th century creation, and that a lot of early 20th century books. There's, you know, obviously Great Gatsby is now in the public domain. That's why there's like 4 or 5 Broadway musicals in development to try to beat the other to the stage. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff. This is a perfect one to have found.
Sure is.
The interior artwork is
domain now too.
Amazing.
What is?
Yeah,
what?
Popeye, I believe. Zorro is.
Zorro, it technically is, but there's a company called Zorro Productions that acts as like a protectorate, and they don't like when people use the character, and they will go after them.
They break your kneecaps, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, they in your chest.
They go to court with you, and like the last one that they did with this, they technically lost. But I mean, I'm not looking to go to litigation.
Yeah, they just really annoy you, and when you're not looking, they put Z's on everything that you own.
Fair enough.
It's just really terrible.
And that is a thing. That's a tactic that you can do, though. Legally, you can just drag someone to court and just run them down financially to where they cannot fight you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what they do. Like, they know they're going to lose, but they know that they can drown you. They know that they can destroy 100%. You, take all your money, and and then what are you going to do? You're going to fight them to win, and then what are you going to win? The rights to Zorro? How much are you going to make off that, really?
Yeah, well,
Zorro, you could make a lot of money off of if you had a good art team.
Can you make enough money? And do you have enough money?
Not to make up for your losses in court. Not at
all. He is one of the few legendary, if not the major legendary figure that is from the Hispanic, Latino market. So there is something certainly in Zorro that people, while there have been Zorro comics, I've met people who've done them, obviously as a license thing. It is something that still is ripe for a comeback, especially because there's a certain Robin Hood quality, which I think everyone could identify with, of getting evil, getting even with the greedy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And then 100%. we have unlocked, I think, 3 of the stretch goals so far. So the map there at the bottom is our stretch goal tracker. So the first one that we unlocked was a Dean James die cut bookmark. Dean James was my artist on the Embrace, which was a very successful crowdfunder that I did a while back that really resonated with people. And Dean's ability to do art has just skyrocketed since. He's a glass ceiling. It's been very impressive. And so we wanted to do something special with him. And so we figured there are a lot of people doing just standard bookmarks, and we figured we'd up the ante and do a die cut. And then we also have a Skunk Artworks glow in the dark print. Fantastic painting artist. He's brilliant. If you guys haven't checked him out, I highly recommend it. I know B.A. Turner was mentioning that he had some stuff done by him. Skunk's phenomenal. And then Shay the Red from Red Valkyrie did chibi stickers of all of our characters, including and this is when we revealed like the guy that is going to be the main villain of the overarching story, who is this kind of occult hunter that's in Paris looking for something. And so yeah, like this is it's been a blast to put together. We've done very well so far, even though Indiegogo has thrown some monkey wrenches in our way.
Are you shadow banned?
Yeah, we are currently shadow banned. You cannot find us if you look us up on there. Luckily,
same thing with me, bro. With our Senryaku campaigns, disgusting.
It's absurd, and the fact of the matter, like, we've reached out to them multiple times, and we've edited the campaigns. Like, we used to have other pages of art on there that displayed like some more of the fight scenes. Like, there's this beautiful page that was right after this one that was down at the bottom, where you get to see like Judex standing over a pool of blood, and in the blood is like the reflection of his mask, and it's beautiful. But we took it down because we were like, maybe that's a community, maybe they're hitting us for this because of a community violation. We've reached out to them multiple times, and they will not get back to us.
They never do.
Our thing is red. And
how do you know? Wait, tell me. This is interesting to me, and probably to people who are watching. How do you know that this is happening?
If you try to look up Judex on Indiegogo, it won't come up.
Well, there you go.
They don't take it down, but what they're doing for some reason with certain campaigns is they're basically making them you can't search them.
Okay.
So you have to use an actual link.
And they've been doing this to us since we launched. We didn't get shadow banned initially, but they didn't put us into their just launched algorithm. They all of the campaigns that were in just launch were in demand. Or didn't even fund. There were like 2 that didn't even fund and were in the just launch thing, and they'd closed. They've been messing with this campaign since the start. We were really impressed with how things were going, and then we got shadow banned, and we're pushing, but it's obviously a bit difficult when people can't look up your book.
Yeah, American Discord said you can find the block in your page properties.
What does that mean?
I will have to go take a look at that.
So when you go, correct me if I'm wrong, American Discord, but I think you can actually open the web page properties and like a separate window opens. I know Google Chrome and Edge do that, where you can actually kind of see the code of the page. And I think it might be in there where you can see if they actually have within the algorithm settings, like it literally says like block campaign or something along those terms. Billy, I remember when Mandy and Pete Gilmore, when they first got shadow banned, they ended up I think they were the ones that first posted finding that block code.
All right, I'm going to go in right now. Let me go in.
Blabbing it out.
No, I can't.
So just for you guys, so you know, American Discord is actually Shelby Robertson.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it? It's your Shelby, right? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it Shelby? Oh, okay. Well then, he says yes. I'm
okay. Yeah.
And it shows a 0 for search.
Hang on. So where do I go?
Nice. And Andy Dalif said just funded Vigilantes and Judex. Cheers.
Right,
thanks so much for the support, guys.
How do we figure out if we're shadow? Because I know we're shadow banned, but how do you see it?
The only way that I know about it, like if I don't know how to do like the code way, all I know is if you search for the book and it's shadow banned, it's not going to come up.
Yeah, that I know. That we're aware of. That's how we found out.
I want to personally thank Andy Dalif for not funding Stoker and Wells. Thank you, Andy. I really appreciate your efforts. I also funded Vigilantes and Judex, just to go on record. And it was before the show because I said, who are these guys going to be sharing a microphone with? I'm like, these are awesome. So I'm thrilled to be a part of both of those along with Andy Dalif.
I think you got
Steven,
another. You got another backer or two, right, Steve?
We did. We actually jumped significantly during the show. So
Nice.
yeah,
Steve, the book is absolutely fantastic, and like I hadn't seen that before. Granted, like when I do a campaign, I generally go on a hiatus to both like to finish production and fulfill the project, and also like decompress from all of the like going around doing promotion and everything like that, and running around. Like I do this, and I work a full-time job. I was in school up until recently when I graduated, and I'm a single parent. So like it's just like me juggling like a million things. So I just like I need time to just like back off for a little bit.
And by the way, thank you, Andy, for that follow-up. He says he's one tequila in. I'll get to you. Thank you, Andy. Give it a shot. Hopefully you'll like it.
Yeah. Again, Mike, amazing interior artwork on this. Just the whole concept of what you put together is really, really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. Steve may know better than me, but these are like the type of books that I see that I'm like, man, I'd love to see this adapted. Like, what could film or television do with this?
I will tell you. I will say this. I don't mean to cut you off, Steve, but for an adaptation, like in my head when I write this, I hear Vincent Cassel's voice when I write his dialogue. So just putting that out there for anyone.
Did you explore any of the early film versions? Then there was a 60s one, I think, as well. Wasn't there? Georges Franju.
Yes.
Did he do it?
Yeah. So I watched the original silent serials, which he's a much smaller scale character in that. He's very like Edmond Dantes in Count of Monte Cristo. He's a young man whose father was ruined by a corrupt banker, and so he's going after the corrupt banker. And it's like, I want to say like all the serials together are like 7 hours or something like that when you bring them all together. But I watched those when I was doing research, and I think I watched the second set of serials as well, because there was a follow-up, I think in 1918, that was like the second set. And then the next time Judex appeared on screen was in the 1960s.
Yeah. The French film. I've never seen it, but I've always heard good things about it. I just never seen it. Well, you do have to be careful about when you, because I worked on the Jackie Chan Disney Around the World in 80 Days, and as a screenwriter, and there are many writers who worked on it. And one of the things they made clear is, yes, it's in the public domain, but you cannot use anything that you saw in one of the movies if it is not also in the book, because then that is not in the public domain, and then they'd have to get the remake rights. So you do have to be careful whenever 100%. You're looking at a film adaptation or a TV adaptation.
And I mean that was why I decided to because I knew that they had like the 1960s film. So that's why I decided to just kind of revamp him and reinvent him to something that I felt was equally as interesting and compelling a story. And I really liked this whole idea of this defender of Parisian culture. Like he even he has like this hideout in the catacombs of Paris called the Court of Miracles, and it's filled with all these relics of Parisian culture. Like you've got the sword of D'Artagnan, the letters of Cyrano de Bergerac. You've got the Iron Mask, the Phantom's music box, like the big promotional image that we have of him under the chandelier. That's the Parisian Opera House chandelier. Like I've thrown in all of these little nods and everything like that I have from my time. You know, I grew up, some of my favorite books were Alexandre Dumas, my mom was working at the Kennedy Center when I was growing up. So I got really into like musical theater. So Phantom of the Opera was like a big thing for me. So like I wanted to bring all of those things that I loved about French and Parisian culture and fit them into this book somehow.
Is it true that there's also the mustache of Maurice Chevalier there?
Chris, if I don't know that Chevalier ever had a mustache in a movie, are you? Well, don't you dare throw around a Chevalier reference.
I was going to say a hat.
So you're up 3 backers, Mike.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. This has been such a special book, and as I said, it's the first chapter in a creative partnership between me and Global Frequency and Studios, and they are fantastic. We're doing an Indiegogo, and I think we're doing a follow-up Kickstarter as well once this closes out. As I said, the main book is close to being done. Fabrizio sent in the last 5 roughs about a week ago, and I think we gave those the green light, so we should be getting those from him soon. And the next book that we're working on is going to be in November, and that's going to be one, Billy, that you're gonna really like. The next book we've got. That's all I'm going to say right now.
You tease.
All right. Actually, you know what? Neff has given me permission to share this, so I will share screen. So the last time I was on here, Billy, that we got a comment in the chat about somebody asking about a wounded warrior superhero. And I had told you that I actually had a script for something like that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the Field.
Dude,
he is my wounded warrior Captain America. He is a veteran of Ranger Battalion that got blown up by an IED. He lost the limbs on his right side, and so his buddy has gotten effectively a DoD contract and has built these cybernetic limbs, and he's going back out there as his agent for of the Field. And Billy, you were in the military, so the reason why we have the flag on our reversed on our shoulders is so that the Field is always facing forward, so that the flag is never in retreat. And so that's why he's called the Field. He is
what
the
a great idea.
I love it.
That is awesome. Great concept.
Because the stars never retreat, and so that is what he is. We've got a great fun story. We've got Kevin Keane doing the line art. He's you guys probably recognize him if you've bought anything by McFarlane Productions that has Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, King Spawn, anything like that. He's been doing the variant covers for the past, I want to say, 2 years now, or the main covers actually. And then he did the interiors on King Spawn 35, I think, about a month ago.
That is a great cover too.
Daniel Russell.
This is just the promo. That's just the promo image. This is we haven't gotten to his cover yet. That hasn't been done.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I think you should make that a cover anyway.
It's definitely going to be something on the campaign. But we also had Nitho Diaz has done a cover for us for it. It's going to be an awesome book, and we're launching on Veterans Day.
Oh,
fantastic!
Very cool. Chris's Comic says that's just a promo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, thanks so much, man. Tonight, some great campaigns, great causes. Just to kind of go back to what we had here. Oh, there we go. Tonight we had Stoker and Wells, The Ashes of Revenge. 40 hours left to go on this, everyone. Just got another backer. Get this campaign. Let's get it funded. 40 hours to go. Give it a good share. Everyone grab that link, copy and paste. Great stuff. I backed the first book, backed the second book. Looking forward to it. And then we spoke tonight, Heroes for Causes. Jeremiah and Joseph, who's still on here, came up to show us what they're doing. Proceeds go to great causes. They're for the kids, battling chronic diseases and such. Very admirable what you're doing. And the event, again, everyone, Heroes for Causes, helping kids fight illness, will be Saturday, August 12th at 12 p.m. And that will be at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. So check that out. Again, the links are in the description. Everything's there if you need it. Hopefully, if you're local to the area or within the surrounding area, you guys can stop in, check it out. Maybe do the silent auction, buy a couple things, and help support the kids out there. And Mr. Turner brought us Vigilantes Creed on Indiegogo. 48 days left on this. Let's get that going as well. Let's get this thing funded. We got 2 novels and a mini comic heading on to hopefully a series in a year to a year and a half, which will be awesome to see. Love the concept here. Great. I love dark themes. I just love that stuff. And then, of course, we were just talking about Judex #1 by Michael Oden. Amazing interiors. Great concept. Definitely something to look forward to. coming down the pike. So everyone, please back that as well. And again, all the links for everything is below. And man, what a great show tonight.
Great show.
Great show. Really appreciate you all
Thanks
coming
for having
out.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
And tomorrow night, we're going to be doing Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci.
Yeah,
and
and
we'll
I guess we got a theme.
Yeah, we got a
right
theme
now because we'll close out Steve's Stoker and Wells, but public domain characters.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Daniel Russell, this was an expensive.
Daniel.
This show is expensive tonight. All great stuff, all backed.
Remember, anybody who's backed, who backs Stoker and Wells, any kind of physical media, I'm gonna mail you this Billy Tucci's signature on this beautiful, beautiful variant cover that he did for the first book. No, we've never sold this before with Billy's signature on it. So keep them coming.
What's the free item? What was that free item?
This was the free.
No,
And then
the highest backer.
The highest bidder, which is now I think $172, since during the show, is going to get this glorious 11 by 17 pencil sketch that Billy did as for the variant cover, a rejected sketch for the variant cover with Billy's signature and emblem. And they get it's just like a bonus. It's just like this beautiful bonus that comes to them. It's art.
Exactly. It's a one of a kind too.
So
a rejected piece. And
We-
Billy's
well, Bill-
tears.
rejected by
you'll see
Billy.
in the corner.
He had three different ideas because we knew we wanted the two women on the cover. You know, you guys saw the color version. This is what we ultimately settled on, which is a glorious image. So Billy did that. That got claimed, but he said, "You know what? I have the roughs. Do you want the roughs? Maybe you can do something with the roughs." I said, "Yes, thank you." So that's going to go to some lucky highest pledger between yesterday and the end of the campaign.
And Cara, something else. I don't know if you saw the announcement, but Debbie and I are going to the Tucson Comic-Con. I don't know if you're thinking about
Yes,
heading down to
that's
Tucson,
right. I am not booked for that one this year, and but I am thinking about going down and just visiting. That way, I don't have to actually go be at my booth. I can go bug all y'all and see everybody, and
yeah, we can just hang out.
I never get to do that, so heck yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Tucson's
gonna be
great.
fun.
We've been there, you know.
Great small show, great little show.
Yeah, real community.
Yeah,
and of course, then there's the Politos, you know.
No, of course. Yeah.
Great people. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for tuning in tonight. Check out those campaigns, click those links, and we'll see you all tonight live on Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci at 9 p.m.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.